Hi ladies and gentlemen, Morino Ravenberg here. It's been a while since I shot a video, and as you can see the background has changed. I am recording this video in my bedroom right now, and to be honest, it did take me a minute or five to arrange everything properly, lighting, etc., to the point where where you can see me okay. But the other thing that definitely plays a factor too is the fact that it's nighttime. So my apologies if the ambience overall is a bit dark, but I gotta make do with what I have. And again, the main problem is that it's nighttime right now in my location. It's 8:14. In any case, this video, as the header already suggests, is going to be about Zeus, and it's also going to be a short video because I don't have a lot to say about Zeus. Most occultists or most people that are psychic or pagan in nature, so most people watching this know who Zeus is. Okay, long story short, Zeus is a pagan god that was unintentionally invented by the Greeks. He was basically the Greek version of God, to put it that way. The only difference being is that the God that we know, the Yahweh God, so Jehovah or whatever you want to call him within traditional Christianity, that God is more of a monotheistic God, whereas the Greeks, the Greek pantheon, so the Greek set of religion or spirituality was more, or spiritual hierarchy was polytheistic. That means that the Greeks had multiple gods. They had gods and goddesses, and each and every one of them presided or presides over a certain aspect of life or existence. And Zeus is their main god. Like I said, he was the one that ruled the Mount Olympus, because the Greeks believed that all gods lived on a gigantic mountain that they could see from afar, called Mount Olympus, and that he was responsible for a good deal of things, including storms, the weather, and so on. Okay, but he was their main god. Like I said just now, okay, Zeus is a pagan god. He was unintentionally created by the Greeks back in BC times, back in the days when Greeks dominated, let's just say, the greener parts of the world. So in BC times, okay. And I'm not going to go too much into the story of Zeus and so on, because you'd have to look into, again, you'd have to simply just consult the article that I wrote on Zeus. I'm going to link the article in the description below, and then you can click on the links in that article, and then you'll automatically be able to read all about Zeus and how he came into power according to, from a Greek perspective, or according to the Greeks, story-wise, and so on. Long story short, Zeus overthrew his father, Kronos. Kronos was a titan, and then he, along with his brother Hades and Poseidon, they split power between the three of them, and so on and so forth. Okay, but long story short, all you need to know is that Zeus is the main god of the Greeks, or he was the main god of the Greeks, and that he also by the Romans, but the Romans called him a different name. They called him Jupiter. The Romans, they primarily named their gods after planets. So yeah, Zeus was the main Greek god, or the main god of the Greeks, and he presided, or he presides over the heavens and weather, and just prosperity and power overall, and one's well-being, according to the Greeks. I'm as always, to delve into the occult aspect of Zeus. Okay, long story short, Zeus is mercurial. He corresponds to 25 degrees in Gemini, and like I said, Zeus is good for everything. Okay, good fortune, money, overall improvements in one's life. These are all things that he can offer any occultist or magician that wants to work with him. I am also going to be honest, my feelings towards Zeus are neutral. I by nature feel attracted to spirits that are more dark and violent in nature. So Hades is my favorite Greek god, not Zeus. I feel neutral towards Zeus. I've never been a big Zeus fan, but that's also not necessary. Okay, again, you only have to consult the article that I wrote, and you'll see how expansively Zeus was worshipped, and all the monuments and statues that they built in honor of him just shows how devoted they were to him. And other than that, there's not really a lot else to say. Okay, Zeus is good for pretty much everything. As always, it depends on the operator and the conditions and circumstances surrounding your life. But what you still need to keep in what you just need to keep in mind is Zeus is mercurial, corresponds to Gemini, okay, and Zeus works fast, okay. Zeus is a fast worker in general, and he can offer you anything that you can think of, okay, and to deal with in daily life, just improving your quality of life overall, prosperity, so financial aid, money, and just anything you can think of, more or less. That is what Zeus is good for. The appearance that Zeus takes when appearing, it's a good while that I wrote this article. Let me check. I wrote this article in April of last year. Today's January the 2nd, 2019. I wrote it in April 2018. But it only occurred to me to shoot a video on Zeus. And I thought to myself, why not? Okay, maybe I'll shoot also about the other ones as time passes by. Okay, as we progress and as I see fit. And yeah, the appearance that Zeus takes is just stereotypical, you know, a man with gray hair and a beard, dressed in Greek robes that they wore back then in BC times, before Christ. And he has lightning bolts in his hands. That's Zeus's general appearance. Last but certainly not least, one important thing that I need to mention is that I have noticed and I have felt Zeus's energy. Just talking about Zeus immediately gives away that he's not your average pagan god. Okay, based on the energy that I'm sensing now, as well as when I first summoned him or invoked him, I can immediately conclude that yeah, it's a pagan god, but he is stronger than your average pagan god, significantly so. Okay, I keep getting that tingly feeling in my hands, and again, the energy feels more human-like. It's different with celestial and infernal spirits. The energy is significantly stronger, especially with angels, significantly stronger, like the spirits that I'm used to working with. With pagan gods, the energy feels more human-like. It feels more bland, but with Zeus, the energy is different. Okay, the energy is tingly and it is more present, okay, if that makes any sense, in a significant way too. So yeah, there you go. That does give away that Zeus is not one to be underestimated with, okay. Zeus can really come in handy for anyone that seriously feels attracted to him, and anybody that is into pagan gods, generally speaking, and thought forms. So yeah, you can work with Zeus. Yeah, and that is pretty much it. There's nothing else really that I can say. Again, you can read the article if you want to know all about Zeus, and as usual, or almost as always, I have embedded links in the article in Zeus's name and the fall of the Titans, called the Titomancy, when Zeus and his two brothers Hades and Poseidon took over. And you can go through all of that in all your glorious detail as much as you'd like, and gaze upon the things, that the statues and memorabilia that they built in honor of Zeus back then. And that is all. Thanks for watching. Bye.